What are the best credit cards for business travel? I mean, the ones that will give you the most rewards points, where if you're going to stay in hotels and fly and you want to accumulate the most amount of points, the absolute best cards to use to do so. Well, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about during today's training. Today, we're talking about the best incentives on these credit cards for travel points. So if you're interested in finding their best top credit cards that will give you rewards points for travel, like hotel and airfare, well, this is the training for you, because we're going to decode all the best of them going into 22 that can work for you. So let's talk about credit card rewards, right? If you're smart, you're using these things as a financial tool. So a lot of people, helping so many people build business credit, a lot of people will say to me, hey, look, I don't want to use credit cards because I can pay for those things with cash. Well, a lot of people can. At Credit Suite, we can pay our advertising spend, for example, with cash every single month. But we use an American Express card for a reason, because that American Express card gives us rewards points. Now, the question becomes, and then it's like the same as cash. It's like we're getting all these massive bonuses just for spending like we normally would. Then we pay off the credit cards before interest accrues. So there's a lot of these credit cards that can be used as financial tools to help your business grow. Some give you travel points to be able to stay in hotels and flights or fly. Others give you rewards points when it comes to getting cash back. Others have other kind of bonuses or incentives you can get. So if you're using these wisely, you're using them as a very smart financial tool. As a matter of fact, a lot of the travel that you even do in a year for business or pleasure, you could do for free just using these kind of points that you're actually accumulating. So again, a great tool to use to be able to grow the business. So what are the top picks? What are the best ones that are out there? Well, that's exactly what we're looking at. Is we've dove in and look at all these travel cards we can find to find the ones that offer the most travel points, the best rewards, the ones that will give you the best incentives for using those cards so you can accumulate points, whether it be at hotels or whether it be points that you're accumulating for flights or other travel as well. And these are some of the best cards that we found out there that can actually help you do what? Do just that. Now, Amwat, good morning. Thanks for coming in. And Chima, thanks for coming in as well. Yolanda, thanks for coming in and saying hello. If you don't mind, I always like to hear where you're from. Somebody's mad. Somebody used a mad comment in the feedback. See, I can see all that. So if you're getting value from today's training, make sure you hit the like button and tell me where you're from. I always like to say giving you a shout out. So give me a shout out and let me know what city and state or even country that you're coming in from. So let's start with the Bank of Hope credit card, like this one, because there's no annual fee whatsoever, and you earn 5,000 bonus points after you spend 1,000 in the first 3 months. You also earn 3 times the points on gas. So several things here that we want to address. First of all, one of the things that makes some of these cards better and at the top of our list is right here. The fact that you can earn the points when you spend so little money. A lot of credit cards have bonus points you earn when you spend a certain amount of money. But the problem is a lot of them are you got to spend $5,000, $10,000, $50,000 to get those rewards points. So one of the things that makes it at the top of our list is where you can get a lot of points with very little spend within the first 30 to 90 days you're using the card. That's it. Like in this one, you have 3 months to spend $1,000. Something pretty obtainable for most of us business owners, and you earn 5,000 points if you do that. Now, another thing to keep in mind is right here, you're earning 3 times the points on gas. You're going to find that when you look at a lot of rewards cards, one of the biggest factors that needs to determine what you're using, which ones you're going to apply for, is what of the ones offer these 2 or 3 or even 5x points on whatever. So in this case, 3 times points on gas isn't really a big deal for our business. We don't really drive. I actually work from home, so I don't even really spend a lot of time on the road driving to begin with. So a credit card that gives me 3x rewards on gas isn't a big deal because I don't put a lot of gas in my vehicle. But if you're in the transportation industry, if you're an over-the-road trucker, for example, this could be massive because you're buying a ton of gas. So you've got to think about that. Sometimes you earn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times rewards on groceries. Sometimes it's gas. Sometimes it's hotel stays. Sometimes it's plane travel. So you've got to think about your business type, and you've really got to focus on how many of these X points you're earning on what. Because again, if you're not driving, points on gas might not be a big deal. It might be a bigger deal if it's groceries, if you're buying a lot of things in that sector. So there's these different sectors, even including office supplies, that you got to look at where you spend the most of your money on and try to find credit cards that will give you greater rewards points when you spend money on those areas. So you get 2 times points on travel and dining. Again, why it makes the list, right? Because if you're traveling, if you're having a lot of meals, you get 2 times the points on those things. So if you travel a lot or you eat out a lot, great card to have. And 1 point per dollar on all other purchases. Now, there's also a 0% introductory rate for 9 months. Again, when you're judging these cards, we want to look at how long this 0% intro rate period is for. It goes sometimes as little as 3 months and as much as 20 months. So how long the 0% period is for. Another question that somebody asked me the other day is, Ty, when do I know when it's the next round of going to time when's the next best time to go get the next round of credit cards from a program like Credit Line Hybrid? With Credit Line Hybrid, you're getting 3, 4, 5, or sometimes more credit cards at one time, giving you 3, 4, 5 times more spending power. But the thing is, a lot of these cards have 0% rates for 6 to 18 months. So I wouldn't want to go get that program until I know I'm ready to spend that money, because that time of the 0% starts ticking. I can't speak today. Starts ticking right when you actually get approved for the card, right? When you get the card approved and it comes to you, that's when that period starts. So again, some things that you want to keep in mind. How long is the intro period for? Should you apply for a credit card now or later? Well, it depends. If you're going to take advantage of 0%, you might want to wait till you have an opportunity to go buy something where that 0% is going to make a big difference, right? So I might want to let's say, for example, I tested a marketing campaign. It's working. Now I want to scale that marketing campaign, but I know it's going to take me 3 months from when I spend money on advertising to get the sales in the door. Well, that's a great time to go get my 0% cards, because now I can pay 0%, buy that ad spend, get all those leads coming in. 90 days later, the leads convert to sales. I did it all on my 0%. Now I take the money I made on those sales and reinvest and continue the process without as much needing the 0% cards. Just one of many examples of how that can help you. And after that, there's a variable APR of 12.49 to 16.49 or 20.49 based on credit worthiness. Again, another factor we're going to look at here is APRs. You're going to see APRs for business cards are all over the board. 15% is a pretty good average of where we see them, but keep an eye on these cards we're going to look at today, because lower APRs could be exactly the incentive that you want if you have better credit. Higher APRs could cost you more money over time. So you don't want to get in and get a 0% card for 18 months just because it's 0% for 18 months when the rate's 16% versus another credit card you could get at 12. So another factor that ties in to which one of these may be the best card or the best solution for you. Monet coming in from YouTube. Thanks for coming in and saying hello. I appreciate that. And Shima from North Carolina. Hello. Angela from Virginia and Louisiana. Shreveport. Amwat is in the house. Brooklyn, New York. KD. I was just up there. I just got back Sunday night from New York City. Went up there for the holiday. I should have run into you. I could have run into you at the Thanksgiving Day parade. I don't know. So make sure you give me a shout out. Tell me where you're from. I always like to say hello. Banner Bank credit card. Second one here. There's a $19 per card annual fee. Not big, but could be big if you have a lot of different cards that you're actually getting for your team. You earn 3 true rewards points per net dollar on retail, internet, phone, or mail order purchases. Again, when we talked about this, do you use these things often? If you're buying stuff online, if you're doing phone or mail order purchases, if you're purchasing a lot of stuff retail, 3 rewards points per every net dollar you spend in these areas is pretty strong if that's the area where you're spending money. You can redeem points for cashback, travel, gift cards, or merchandise. The best part, however, is the fixed 11.99% APR. Very low for business cards. Typically, business cards, as I mentioned, are 15% on average. So this is one of the lower interest rate cards that we found out there. Now, the Business Advantage Travel Rewards City Card or credit card, $0 annual fee, bonus of 30,000 bonus points you can get when you enroll. Regular rewards include 1 point per dollar on all purchases as well, except for 3 points per dollar on travel purchases if booked through Bank of America Travel Center. So again, here we are, 3 times the points on travel purchases. Great if you travel a lot, but it's only good if you're booking through Bank of America's Travel Center. Might not even be valid for you if you're not a Bank of America customer. So some things to think about. And 0% APR for 9 months, as well as 12.25% to about 22.25%, a variable APR. And again, the APR is going to be different depending on credit worthiness. The PNC Travel Rewards Visa Business Credit Card. So it allows holders to earn 1 mile per $1 in eligible net purchases and double miles on the first $2,500 in net purchases. Variable APR of 10.99 to 19.99. Could have a low rate here if you've got good credit. No annual fee as well. So something to think about here. Again, a huge bonus because of a low APR, as well as getting double miles on the first 2,500 in eligible net purchases. So some things to think about there. Dr. Glock coming in from Chicago. What's up? Cat's Beauty Nail Bar. That sounds awesome. Hello in Jacksonville. I'll have to check you out, a cat up there in Jacksonville when I'm up there. George, hey, what's up? From Los Cruces, New Mexico. You're from New Mexico. Thanks for coming in. We don't have a lot of New Mexico peeps coming in. So thanks for visiting us, George. Glad you're here. So MasterCard Money Manager Business Credit Card. Earn travel benefits or merchandise via Republic Bank's credit scorecard rewards. No annual fee the first year. $95 after the first year. And you can also get automatic fuel discounts and 0% APR for 9 months. After that, the rate is about 17.45%. Again, big difference in these credit cards when we're talking about 10.99 versus 17.5% rates. Synovus Business Travel Rewards Visa Credit Card, 0% for 6 months, no merchandise fee, membership fee the first year, and $50 per year after that. And you can earn 5 times the points on up to $5,000 per year spent on travel purchases. So again, if you travel a lot, $5,000's not a lot. You could do that in 30, 60, 90 days, but you do earn 5 times the points on the first $5,000 per year you're spending on travel purchases, including hotel, airlines, car rental, and vacation packages. Also earn 3 times the points on up to $3,000 spend quarterly for purchases in the category of your choice. We talked about this, but in this card, one of the things I like about several of these cards, you choose the category. So if you say, look, I don't want to get the other credit card because I don't spend a lot in retail, or I don't want to get the other credit card because I don't spend a lot in gas. Well, with this one, you can choose what spending category you earn the 3 times points on. So it really is fluid and works for how you actually run your business. And 1-time points on all eligible purchases. And there's no limits on points, which some of these cards actually have limits on those points. So something to look out for. And Big Charles says, currently 19 years old, opened up an LLC a couple months back, and I've been working on my personal credit profile to PG on some business cards. Thank you for your info. Oh, Big Trill, man. Congratulations. I love that you're 19 and you're already so far ahead of the game. So thanks for tuning in, man. I'm honored that you're going to be here. Look forward to what you're accomplishing in your endeavors as you grow your business. So congrats on your new LLC. Synovus Business Travel Rewards Visa Credit Card. Again, back on that. Pay for purchases with points. Subject to some restrictions. You have to look at the terms and conditions for those. Points are worth 20% more when redeemed for travel, which is why it makes our list. Because again, if you're using the card for travel, then this is one of the better cards that we found out there. Now, strong business credit can help you get business credit cards for travel points, so keep that in mind. Despite the fact that most credit cards will pull your consumer credit report, business credit still plays a role in this process as well. So if your personal credit's not there, you really want to focus on building your business credit. It gives you a significantly better chance of getting other kind of credit cards. So I describe this way, that if you don't have a strength, create one. So lenders typically look at credit, cash flow, or collateral to get you money. You either have consistent cash flow, you've got some kind of asset that can serve as collateral, or you have good personal credit. Those 3 things can usually be used to get you funding. If you don't have any of those 3, well, think about building business credit. It opens up the door to a lot of credit cards with rewards points you can get, where your personal credit's not even an issue because your approvals are based on business credit quality. But look, even if you are like Big Trill here, who's 19, building his LLC, building consumer credit to get personal guarantee cards, even if you are in that situation and you have good personal credit, you still want to build your business credit because it helps you get a lot more access to credit and financing and gives your business the ability to fund itself where it doesn't rely on you as much personally as well. And it's going to help you get the best rates and terms on financing and credit that you're getting. So even if you can get approved for loans, credit lines, or credit cards, just by having your business credit established, if you're getting money for your business, it helps you get more money at better terms. So some things to keep in mind. And what happens if you can't get these now? Well, if you can't, well, then again, some things to focus on here is, improving consumer credit's important. As Big Trill says, when you're building and trying to get personal guaranteed cards, well, those require good credit. Most of these travel rewards, not just travel, but most of these overall best rewards cards all come if you have good personal credit of 680 FICO scores or higher. So something to think about. The other thing to think about that will help you get approved is just improving your fundability, right? The fundability is basically your ability to get money from banks and credit card issuers. And there's a lot of factors that they're looking at to determine if you should be approved or not. Some of those things come down to what we call basic foundational items, such as getting a business name set up that's not in a high-risk industry. You can go to NAICS.com. That's NAICS.com. NAICS is the kind of code that's used to kind of classify your business. You can even do a search, NAICS.com, high-risk industries, and it pulls up a list of high-risk industries. You want to try to avoid saying that you're in those industries. If you are, you are. But if you're not, you don't want to accidentally claim that you're in an industry that's high risk. That makes it harder for you to get credit and financing because a lot of lenders and credit issuers don't want to issue credit and lend money to higher risk industries. So when their computers pick up that you're in a high risk NAICS, it makes it very hard for you to be able to get approved for financing and credit. As a matter of fact, there's two risk categories lenders and credit issuers have. They have what's called restricted. You never want to get on that list because restricted means they're just not going to lend to you. A lot of people in that category have to do with pornography, even pawn shops, weapons dealers, or weapon sales. That falls into a lot of restricted categories for lenders or credit issuers. Then you've got the greater face greater underwriter scrutiny category. And this is you're not in a restricted industry, but you are in an industry that they will look at and scrutinize more than other industries. So try to avoid those high-risk industries to avoid those two buckets. You also want to make sure that you have a business address, preferably. Nowadays, virtual addresses are giving a little bit more problem than they used to in the past. So your best address types to consider are a real retail location, like a real physical business location, a virtual address, virtual office. Virtual office is offered usually through three reputable companies: Alliance, Da Vinci, and Regis. And the other thing is you can consider using a home address. And some sources like Walmart still won't approve you if you use a home address. For a corporate credit card, they won't approve you. But again, it gives you more credibility than using a P.O. box or UPS address, which are really restricted. You don't ever want to use those. You want to get your business incorporated if you can. Stay away from sole proprietorships. It's a big problem. Okay. If you are a sole proprietor, there's so many problems that can go wrong because you are the business. And I'm not an attorney and this isn't legal advice, but if the business ever gets sued, you get sued because you're one and the same. But the reason I care about it is because of liability purposes. If you are a corporation, you have some layer of protection if you're getting no personal guarantee cards. But if you're a sole proprietor, you really don't. And incorporated businesses look way more credible than sole proprietors do to lenders and credit issuers. So some things to think about. Set up a business bank account. Even though proving your bank account or bank statements aren't required for a lot of things like credit cards, they are going to ask for bank references, and you don't have a bank reference if you don't have a relationship with the bank, if you don't have a bank account set up. So set up a bank account with your business to be able to have a reputable bank reference. Make sure you have a business website up, have a business email address set up, staying away from Gmail, Yahoo kind of email addresses. These kind of things can help with fundability as well. And also think about using some money management tools. We've covered in past trainings several tools that work for you to help manage your bank account as well as build business credit at the same time. So any of these kind of tools or resources you could use to be able to manage or keep an eye on the finances of the company as well as your credit card spend helps you as well. Managing small business finances can obviously be overwhelming. So when you're using options like Brex, Divvy, Expensify, Lola, and others that are growing in popularity, they can really help you streamline the process of managing your money. And what I like about places like Brex and Divvy is they report to the business credit reporting agencies. So you're getting help you need anyways of just managing money. And then you're also building business credit at the same time. I mean, that's a heck of a side bonus benefit. Also, if you are new business, it will be incredibly useful to choose a business money manager tool like these. And again, we talked about a few of them that can work. So Brex, to dive in a little bit more, they are a company that you can actually help you track expenses depending on the level of service that you have. They integrate with a lot of different accounting softwares. They can also help you pay bills and control your spending. And they've got a couple of options. The easiest way to use Brex for both managing finances and business credit is to open a Brex cash account. It's not a bank, but it's kind of like a banking alternative. And they have a partnership with the FDIC where your funds are secure as well. And again, they report to the business credit reporting agency. So you're building business credit at the same time. And we also look at Divvy here. Now, they used to be Bill.com, and they're an alternative to Brex. In fact, they work very similar between the two of them. And they also will report payments to the Small Business Finance Exchange. So Divvy and Brex are two tools that can help you manage your spending, manage credit cards. They integrate with your accounting software and help you build business credit at the same time. So you can't go wrong with that. KD says, do you have videos on how to set up a business website and digital location? We do have, if you go to youtube.com/credit suite, we do have training on being able to set up a virtual address. We have a virtual address training that teaches you all the sources, what products they offer, how much their products are, all the benefits, all of them. You can look that up. Just type in virtual address or virtual office, and that'll pull up on our YouTube channel. We don't have anything on digital location. And Katie asked this question. I always forget here to click this. It's a good question. We don't have anything on setting up a website. That's just not our world. You know, what we typically do is we work with helping you get money, not the things like setting up branding and websites. But if you are partnered with us, or if you come in and get in some of our enrollment specials, some of our enrollment specials offer 30, 40, 50 resources that help you with this, how to set up your website, how to set up your branding, all those type of things. So we do sometimes give those away as part of enrolling with us, but it's not something that we offer training on, because just like setting up websites isn't naturally our thing, but anything to do with being able to get credit financing is. Also, don't forget, since we talked about fundability, here's a link. You might want to take a screenshot of this to a fundability mini class that we have. So we have a really cool mini class that walks you through 3 short videos, everything you need to know to set up fundability. It's 100% free. It's awesome. All you have to do is go to this course, and it's like a short link. So if you take a screenshot, you can pull that up right now. It's also in your chat. So that can also help you come in and basically access a mini class that walks you through a lot of the other things we didn't cover today on fundability. So to recap, we talked about, 8 or 10 of the best cards for travel. And when it comes to the best, we're classifying the best as a handful of different things, or maybe a handful. The length and the fact that they offer a 0% APR period. The ones that will give you 2, 3, and even 5x points on what you're spending in different categories, especially if they're categories you're using a lot as well. Ones that could be using points for travel, for hotels, for airfare, etc. Those are the ones that make the list as well. And then we also talk about ones where they've got lower APR. So another factor that we're tacking in here, looking at is, how low are the APRs as well? And then how many average points can you get on every other kind of spend that's not in those categories? So there's a handful of the categories or the factors that we look at to classify what are the best cards. And again, as you've learned here, these can really be used as a resource, because you spend money like you normally would. But if you get these credit cards, put the spend on there, pay them off before they actually accumulate fees, then the nice thing is you're basically getting all these rewards points just for normally what you'd spend money on. Now, if you're tuning in, the next thing we're going to dive into is talk about retirement plan financing. We're going to talk about how to use stocks, bonds, IRAs, and 401ks to get 5% credit lines and loans, no matter how bad your credit may be, even as a startup, even if you're in a high-risk industry. And the best part is we're going to talk about how to use other people's stocks, bonds, 401ks, and IRAs, and tap into theirs if you don't have those assets to get money for your business. Why would somebody do that? Smart money. I always like being able to double my benefit of money. And if you think about it, one of the programs we're going to talk about tomorrow is if you use stocks, you're still earning interest and return on them, and you can get a credit line using them to double leverage. They're getting a return in the market. Now you've leveraged them to grow your business. So it's a nice way to be able to kind of get dual benefit. You're earning money in the market, and you're also coming in and being able to build the business, getting a credit line, leveraging those. So a lot of people would want to be in on that. That's how I actually invest money, right? If I can have my money invested two places and earning a rate of return for me two places, then that's a really good deal. So we're going to talk about that kind of stuff in our next training. We're talking about stocks, bonds, 401ks, IRAs to get financing. And if you're looking to get credit or financing for your business, give us a call. We have a lot of different funding options we can help you through as well. And again, I don't know what just happened to my presentation there. And it's really easy as well to be able to talk to our team and find out everything that we can do to be able to help you get money to grow your business. So all you have to do is, for some reason, I don't even have this on my slides, but I will pull it up here, hopefully, if our team types it in. 877-600-2487. If you give us a call, 877-600-2487. You can also go to creditsuite.com/consult. And on a consult call, we'll do a fundability check to see what's wrong with fundability, give you advice to fix it. We'll give you tips and tactics to build your business credit, even get your business credit reports for you for free if you have business credit reports established. And we'll do a funding qualification. We'll just tell you all the funding you can qualify for, and you can easily get that consult by just giving us a call at 877-600-2487. And Dr. Glock says, what's your business loan training? We got a lot of business loan trainings. If you go to youtube.com/credit suite, you can literally find thousands of videos. We have a lot of which are on different kinds of loans you can get. And we also have a mini class on how to get financing with bad credit. I'm not sure if my team can conjure that up in the chat fast enough or not. But if so, I'll pull that up for you now. And we've also got that mini class on fundability. And again, here's that link for fundability. Actually, I'm going to give you a few different links. So you might want to take some screenshots here. So here's that link on fundability, Dr. Glock. If this is what you're talking about, I'm going to try to pull up a mini class for you right now. You can take a screenshot of this. Here is the video we just talked about on virtual offices. You can go to this direct link or just go to youtube.com/credit suite and type in virtual offices or virtual address. That should pull it up for you as well. And Katie says, thanks for your time. Great info. We'll check the mini course. Love that. And Big Troll says, just to make sure a late payment on the business side of credit takes about 186 days to report. I'm not sure what that means, but if you are 1 day late on business financing or credit that reports the business report against you, you will be considered days beyond or 1 day beyond term. So you never want to pay even a day late. Even a day late will hurt you in the business world, just so you know that. And here is, so if you give us a call, we can talk to you more about getting funding as well. And that's it. I'm going to go and wrap up. So if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call, 877-600-2487. We'll talk to you about more cool ways to get credit and financing to grow your business. And Big Troll, I think you asked also about, Dr. Glock, about loan training. Go to youtube.com/credit suite. We've even got the playlists that will have a lot of different ones just on financing, where you can just go about your day and play it in the background and learn about a bunch of different ways to get financing. We even had one where it was a 3-hour training where we covered 50 different ways to get funding for your business. And all of that is available at youtube.com/credit suite. And Heidi says, do you offer courses on grants for new businesses? We just had a Funding 30 challenge. And we had a grant expert on to talk about grants on the challenge. And we also have grant training on our YouTube channel. So if you go to youtube.com/credit suite and you just type in grants, then you'll be able to pull that up. And here, I'll just show you all if you don't mind. I can actually show you some of this right now. So for example, if you go to youtube.com and you just go /credit suite, then what you'll find is just about anything that you're going to want when it comes to getting money, you're able to get right here. So I can go to search channel. I can type in grants. And in doing so, this will actually pull up small business startup grants, for example, how and where to access small business grants, free money for your business through grants. So you can see a lot of different training, whether we go through a 30-minute, hour-long training like this, or even short videos like 6-minute tips. This just goes to show you how really simple it is to be able to come in here, access our YouTube channel, and find anything you could possibly want. Plus, you can also go to playlist here, and you'll find playlists, for example, on getting business loans and financing, on, business credit, on anything that you need there. So before our playlist, and as well as just searching our videos, you're able to be able to access exactly what it is to need to grow your business. Heidi, you're welcome. Thank you very much for tuning in. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. Thanks for tuning in today. Give us a call if we can help you with getting credit financing for your business, 877-600-2487. Look forward to seeing you on our next training where we talk about how to get 5% interest rates and lower, even if you have credit issues, even if you're a startup, by tapping into assets like stocks, bonds, 401ks, or IRAs from you or somebody else. So keep an eye out for that training. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on our next training. And don't forget, we go live Tuesday and Thursday at 1 and Wednesday at 11 on YouTube, my LinkedIn profile, Ty Crandall, as well as Credit Suite's Facebook page.